Lights, camera, action. Hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my new challenge video as well as my new challenge video. I'm going to be going over my new challenge that I just created as well as my upcoming series Phantom that's coming out very soon. Around the end of this video, I'm also going to be showing my machinima opening for the series, as well as introducing you guys to the characters and editing their careers and relationships to get ready and prepared for episode 1. So this video, I'm going to try not to make it too lengthy. I plan to make it around 40 minutes long, but yeah, I hope that you guys are in for the ride because it's about to be a good one. But let's go ahead and go over my new challenge. So firstly, I want to give a huge shout out to 𝒊'𝒏𝒄𝒄 for making this happen, because without this creator, I would have still made this challenge, but it's just way easier having it in my game. If you've been on my channel for a while, I'll say about at least a month or two, you'll know that I've been working on this for about a month or two now. It's been a faster process than when I started with becoming Chanel, but I'm so excited with everything that I have been working on, everything that I have finished. I'm going to go ahead and read everything out to you guys now. So this is the Mount K challenge. I've also been talking about this for a while, so I want to go ahead and read the description and all the rules just so that you guys can get an understanding of what to expect when you do this challenge. I do want to say this challenge is very similar to the Rags to Riches challenge, just with the spin to it. It was created for Phantom specifically, but I was like, why not do something the whole community can do as a whole? Moving to a completely different world on your own can be quite risky, especially after spending your last on an affordable place to stay and food to last throughout the week. But you'd rather suffer on your own than watch someone you love lose themselves as life gets hard. Your dream is to open your own flower shop in Mount 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒄 one day as a freelance botanist, and hopes to live comfortably and to help your family back at your hometown. Can you do it without letting any distractions stop you or get in the way of why you moved to 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒄 to begin with? And then I said, P.S. This is a small challenge I created for my upcoming Let's Play series Phantom. This doesn't necessarily have to be a rotational gameplay or challenge that lasts throughout different generations. As long as your sim completes each level, that's all that matters. Have fun and get creative. You guys will see more of what I'm saying when I actually start playing the Phantom series and how it plays out throughout that series. There's 3 different levels. Level 1 is a fresh start. You finally made it to Mount 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒄, where dreams are easier to be made for a new life. The first thing that comes to mind is to get your foot through the door any way that you can. And then there's a few steps that your sims has to complete, and then below I have the botanist goals, which is basically the freelance. Is it freelance or freelance? I say freelance, but I think it's freelance, but you guys know what I mean. But the original aspiration for my sim is a freelance botanist. I'm not sure if you have to have the UI cheats in order to check this off. I don't think you have to, but make sure to read the whole post by 𝒊'𝒏𝒄𝒄. That way you guys get a better understanding of how this challenge works. And once you do that, you should be able to click continue. And then you'll be moved on to level 2, which is called the initiation. After being in 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒄 for some time, it's finally time to start making your first home more fitting to you and experience new things life has to offer. And then there's 4 different steps. A few of them are optional. And then the botanist goals, there's milestones 2 and 3. So your sims has to reach a level 4 in the gardening skill, evolve 5 plants, fertilize 5 plants, and so on and so forth. And then moving on to the last and final level, level 3, open doors. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear my cats running around rapidly in the background, having zoomies and playing. That's what happens when you have 2 cats. Anyways, after becoming friends with the most popular townies in �𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒄, you've made more customers than you could have ever imagined. But it doesn't end here. It's time to finally open that shop you've always wanted and live the life you've dreamt of for years. So there's 3 different options. 2 of them are optional. The only reason that I made make 25,000 simoleons optional is because this is my first time that I'm playing where my sim will have her own shop someday. I do not know how that works, nor do I know how much money they can actually make from that. But with what I plan to do by adding it into my Phantom series, I know I'm gonna make this happen one way or another without using cheats. Oh my gosh, I did not go over the do's and don'ts, but you guys will see that on my Patreon post. Yeah, I made this optional because just in case if it's hard, I don't want you guys to be stressed out doing this challenge. That's one thing that I wanted to make sure when I came up with this challenge is I don't want it to be stressful. I want it to be easy and something small that people who are impatient or get bored quick can complete quickly. And then for the botanist goes, it's milestone 4. Your sim has to reach a level 10 in the gardening skill, grow your own cow plant, and evolve excellent quality plants, and you have to do that 10 times. And then once you have completed all of those goals, you click complete the Mount K challenge. And this will pop up. You get an ultimate victory. You should be proud of yourself. This journey wasn't easy, but you pulled through and made it out, creating a better future for yourself and the little ones that come after you. Congratulations on completing the Mount K challenge. You can now live your dream life with financial freedom and afford the help your family actually needs. So yes, that is very simple, very quick to accomplish, and I'm super excited to play this challenge. I hope that you guys like this challenge as well. If you use it, please tag me because I would love to see you guys play my challenge out. Now I'm gonna finally get into my actual series that I've been working on. If you don't want to stay, you don't have to, you can click off. I hope you enjoy my challenge if you decide to try it out, and thank you for tuning in. But if you are also interested in my gameplays, then this next half is for you as well. Enjoy this little machinima that's coming next. This machinima is going to be the opening scene for my Phantom series, and I'm super excited. I hope that you guys like it, and I hope that you guys fall in love with the characters. After the machinima, I'm going to get into some mini prep and introductions of the characters.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with?
Drop that shit.
Welcome back. I hope you guys like that machinima. That is the official opening for Phantom. Y'all stay seated because episode 1 is right around the corner. I'm so excited. Y'all don't know how much blood, sweat, and tears I'm putting into this. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into these character introductions really quick before we do a little bit of prep. So this is Cielo Munoz. I do not know how to say her father's name yet. Ronish. I'm gonna just say Ronish, but they call him Ray. Cielo was born and raised in Oasis Springs with her father and mother. Sadly, her mother is not in the picture anymore. So she saved every bit that she could at the restaurant that she used to work at with her father in Oasis Springs. And once she finally saved up enough for this house that she's been looking on Zillow, she decided to pack it up and leave. And it did take about a week for Fred to get in contact with her, which by that machinima, you guys know that Fred is Cielo's landlord. So because of his late response, he ended up renting the house out to Cielo for cheaper than it was listed, just for the inconvenience. Now that Cielo's in 𝒂𝒏𝒈, she feels like she can finally live the life she's always wanted as a freelance botanist and someday open up her own flower shop. So that is her main purpose of moving to 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒈. When you guys get to know her a little bit more, I will expose more of her purpose. But to sum it up, that's Cielo. She's 26 years old. She loves the outdoors. She's family oriented and she's a love bug. So she wears her heart on her sleeve. She forgives easily. And yeah, she's going to be the main character of this series. And then her father, he is 42 years old. He's childish, romantic, and ambitious. And he aspires to be a master chef. So he is still a cook at his job currently, but he wants to level up his skills, his cooking skills further and be better and possibly open up his own food shop as well. Well, not as well, but he wants to open up his own shop as well. So the downfall of her father, he is a bit of an alcoholic, y'all. He is a violent alcoholic. I don't know what the correct term for that would be, but he turns into a completely different person than what he puts on when he's sober. It's really sad because he's done some things that he deeply regrets, but he doesn't own up to his actions and he continues to drink, and it's just making his relationship with Cielo even worse because he's not owning up to the fact that he needs to stop drinking. Like he'll drink and drink and drink, do something, and then the next day he talks to you as if nothing ever happened. So Cielo and his relationship, they are not the closest right now, but yeah, their story is a lot too. I will eventually unravel that as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the next household. So we are in the Caliente household, y'all. We're gonna start with Don. Don is 35 years old. He's self-assured, romantic, and non-committable. And his aspiration, y'all, he's a serial romantic. So we already know Don ain't shit, y'all. His role in this series, he is going to be the mob boss of the gang Phantom. So that is where I got the series name from. So I'm gonna just read what I have. As a kid, Don watched his parents get stripped of everything. It was at that moment he knew he didn't want that to happen again when he got old enough to defend himself and his bloodline. At the age of 15, he started planning his get back at the Fangs and started selling drugs behind his parents' backs, doing anything he could to make connections to protect his family from any future trouble. At 28, he met his most loyal clients, Nina and Dina Caliente, and hasn't looked back since. Their power together helped Don in his business in many ways. Don always knew what he wanted, and one woman for the rest of his life never sounded right to him. So he married both Nina and Dina, having a much stronger bond with Nina as she pleases him in ways Dina lacks. So y'all, their relationship is messy. Don he's the owner of a cyberpunk nightclub in 𝒂𝒏𝒈, and he also is pretty well known. He takes on modeling gigs as well as the Caliente twins. around the world. Okay, I'm gonna read this next part and then I'm gonna tell you guys more about Nina and Dina. Once Don and the Caliente sisters made billions in profit, they moved to Mount Camaribe, where their highest paying customers came from, and started their own gang to get more help with connections there. When Don formed the Phantom Mob group, the main rule he made sure to set was they must respect and protect his wives of any and all harm. Don also set it straight that they must be assigned wives, they as in his workers. That way he knows the women he assigns his mobsters to are loyal to him, and that his mobsters won't try anything inappropriate with his wives. So although he has favorites, he favors Nina the most. He doesn't play about the both of them. Like, he wants them to himself, okay? He can do what he wants, but them two are his, according to him. And his favorite saying is, "Don't let this pretty face fool you." That way people around him know. Just because he's attractive and has a fun side of him, it doesn't mean that they can get away with stabbing him in the back or making him look like a fool. So I like to think of Don as Alamo Brown from the last season of Euphoria. If you guys did not watch that season, it's a little cringy at points, but it was really good. It was really, really, really good. I really liked Alamo's character. As soon as I gave Don a makeover, I said, oh, this is Alamo all the way. Not his country, but the personality and stuff, that's Alamo all the way. Now, as for Nina and Dina, these girls are really young, y'all. They are only 24 years old. Nina is romantic, hot-headed, and non-committal, and Dina is romantic, ambitious, and materialistic. They pretty much, for their career, they do whatever Don assigns them to do, but for the most part, they, you know, dance at his nightclub here and there. Nina and Dina are both powerhouses with just their names alone, thanks to their mother, Katrina. They've always been spoiled and got anything they ever asked and never had to work a day in their lives. Even though they are twins, they have opposite personalities. As you guys, I try to show that through their outfits. Dina is more so soft and loves everything fashion and pink, whereas Nina is a little more rougher around the edges and is more of a ride or die for Don. Nina and Dina are pretty close, but they still face challenges in their personal relationship together. Dina and Don were married first, but Don grew of boredom quickly and found a spark in Nina that he thought was missing in the relationship between him and Dina. So he decided to marry the both of them. Whether Dina was up to it or not, she had no say. That's all I'm putting out into the air. Y'all do what you want with that. I'm not giving away too much because that's what my Patreon is for. But yeah, I'm excited to get into their story. It's going to be messy, 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 messy. Up next, we have Enzo Sanchez. He is 25 years old. He's really young as well. He is active, a party animal, and non-committal. He is a mob worker of the Phantom group, and I don't really have a description written out for Enzo yet. I'm still trying to figure out his character and his purpose, but all I have right now is that he's married to Seo Yan. But Seo, on the other hand, she's 32 years old, so she's a bit older than him. She's materialistic, a girly girl, and a perfectionist. And she aspires to be the leader of the pack. In her career, she is currently an investor. She's in the investor branch, and she's a corporate raider. I don't know how to describe these two. Like, they're very weird. CEO makes it out to the mob wife group, which I'll get into that in a second. She makes it seem like everything is perfect in their relationship, and you know that there's no problems, and she wants to make it work. She doesn't know what's going on, but Enzo doesn't trust that shit, y'all, because like I said, Don assigns wives to these men. I am pretty sure that you guys already know who these two are. I pretty much kept their story the same, that the Sims team already came up with them. So So Victor is a perfectionist. He's materialistic and a genius. And Lily, on the other hand, is unflirty, hates children, and is a genius as well. They are the rivals of Don and his mob group. They also secretly run and own the Kitty's Cabaret. So let me see what I can tell you guys about them, because I'm currently like reading their description, but I don't want to say too much because then it'll kind of give the story away a little bit. So obviously, just like with 𝒉'𝒻𝒻 𝒍𝒻 in my game, I think these two have already taken over 𝒉'𝒻𝒻 𝒍𝒻, and now they're trying to take over 𝒊'𝒻. When Lily has time, she enjoys visiting the Shinto shrine, not because she's being genuine. It's mainly for publicity and to remain her innocent and kind image to outsiders. Victor is a politician and Lily is a manager, or CEO to be exact. But they do run the Kitty's Cabaret on the side, like I said, but that's a secret. No one's really supposed to know that. But yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you guys about the Fangs, because I don't want to give away too much. And then the last household that I'm going to talk about is the Benally household. This is Salem and Tracy Benally. I kept Salem's description kind of the same, at least the first sentence. He grew up in the arts quarter, surrounded by poets, musicians, and artists. So he really has a passion in writing. But right now he is a mob worker for Don. He is 28 years old. He's jealous, loyal, and a clubber. The clubber trait comes with wicked whims, I think. I'm pretty sure, or base mental drugs. I can't remember. I'm so excited to get into the lore between these two and their household. Y'all, I'm cooking. That's all I gotta say. I'm cooking. I'm gonna feed y'all, and y'all are going to love every single dish, okay? As for Tracy, she is also a part of the Mob Wives group. So let me talk about that for a second. All of the wives of the mob workers have their own little social group, and they have weekly private tea parties within the group. That's where they gossip a lot. They gossip about everything, y'all. Yeah, what's said in that room should probably stay in that room, but does it stay in that room? Probably not. I see Tracy being the most welcoming in the group of the wives, but don't push her. And she's also the most popular dancer at the Kitty's Cabaret. She actually works for the Fangs. That's interesting, right? Because Salem is a mob worker for Don, but she's a dancer for the Fangs. How is that gonna work? Before I say too much, I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the next part of this video. Okay, so now that you guys have gotten an introduction of the Sims that will be featured in Phantom, I'm gonna go ahead and fix their relationships and certain things, because even though I've assigned certain Sims to be certain Sims wives and husbands, it doesn't really show if I were to click actions and put them into my household. I don't know if that's just because I'm playing in 𝒉'𝒻𝒻's household, but I feel like even if I were to get off of 𝒉'𝒻𝒻 and go to the Fangs, for example, it will not show any of their skills or anything. Speaking of skills, I'm gonna go ahead and start with 𝒉'𝒻𝒻 since she's gonna be the main character. The first thing I want to do is shift and right click, and I'm gonna do this for all of them as I, go on. But this is the no changing outfit mods, because that to me is so annoying when I go to a different lot and the Sims change their outfits. And I'm also gonna make them weather immune, so that right now it's really hot. If I were to put her in her cold weather wear, she won't burn up. All right, now that I've done that, I'm gonna have to add her dad into this household. I should probably open my Notion template so I can keep up with the characters that I have. Oh, it works. Okay, so does it show that he's our dad? We're gonna have to go into cast. How do you guys feel about the characters based off of what you guys know so far? My favorites, I'm not gonna lie, is probably Tracy and Salem. Even though 𝒉'𝒻𝒻 is gonna be my main character, I love her down. Okay, her story, give my girl some justice, because she's, oh my god, She's been through some stuff, y'all. I'm gonna get more into that when I do another cast after hours over on my Patreon. That is tier 2 if you guys want to check it out. But I'm gonna go into more lore about 𝒊'𝒊 and her father. But yeah, let me know who's your favorite so far. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the characters. And I was not sure what I wanted to do with their relationship at first, but now that I know like their story and stuff like that, they are pretty difficult. Like, don't get me wrong, she loves her father down. It's a lot. So this is going to be a long process. Before I even move him out, I need to give him some skills. I gave her father the bacon, a level 7 in the bacon skill, level 7 charisma, level 9 cooking, level 4 fishing, level 5 fitness, 8 gourmet cooking, level 6 handiness, level 5 mixology, a level 5 in parenting, a level 7 in romance, and a level 4 as a sexpertise. I don't know where to put this man. Oh, Oasis Springs, duh.
Dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I'm just gonna move him into a random house. Let me turn on the real on. Oh wait, what is that cheat?
A few moments later.
He's a really good chef, so he's gonna have a pretty good house. I'm gonna move him here. I just realized I also have to set up a career for him as well. We're gonna cheat him to be a level 4 mixologist. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good chef. Okay, so as far as her skills, hey Cleo, I gave her a level 2 in the baking skill, a level 4 in the cooking skill, a level 2 in fitness, a level 3 in gourmet cooking, and a level 2 in the sexpertise skill, because she hasn't really had enough time to get herself out there. She never really did relationships like that. Her father, although he's a really good chef, he never really like put in the efforts in teaching her how to cook. He taught her just enough to like get her started so she doesn't starve. Okay, I guess I'll do the things next. Oh, what happened to their dog? Oh wait, I didn't want their animals to be adopted. Oh man, I'm so sorry, y'all. Who does who does Victor have to have a relationship with? Dang, the Caliente family, they said we're out of here. We do not get along with the Fangs. We're out of here. I have to bring Dawn back here. Okay, they left Dina here. Let's do a rude introduction to Dawn. Okay, but I want them to have a bad relationship with Dawn. Okay, that's all we needed. They hate each other, so I'm gonna do like -80. Okay, y'all, I caused some little mess between the Fangs. I'm not gonna get into it right now. OMG. But let's get into the preferences. I completely forgot to do this with 𝒊'𝒊's dad, but it's okay. I'm gonna change it. He dislikes painting. I'm gonna say he really enjoys, what's something that he would like? He likes research and debate. He's a politician. I'll say he likes writing. I'm not sure what he would dislike. Can he dislike phones? I'm gonna say he dislikes phones because of phones, people are able to capture like bad moments and stuff of him, like because of social media and stuff. And he doesn't like photography either. He hates when paparazzis want to take his pictures and stuff. He gives off those type of vibes. Oh, and he likes pet enthusiasts as well. Because I do plan to give the Fangs like I see them having one of those big black dogs. What are they called? Are they Dobermans? Hold on, because I'm bad with like, yes, I think I'm talking about a Doberman. I can see them with a Doberman for sure. So I'm gonna have to look and see if there's any realistic looking Dobermans that I can add into their household. Miss Lily, I freaking love her look. She likes playing the violin, so I gotta keep that in mind. She enjoys painting on the side. And she actually likes phones. She likes the attention that she gets. Any attention that she can get, she likes it. And also she enjoys writing and wellness as well. She does not like hearing complaints. She does not like arguing. I don't think she likes affection. She's more of an intimate type of girl. I don't see her as being a flirtatious type of woman. She does not like discussing. She's not really a talker, y'all, but she is one to gossip. I think I'm done with them in cast for now. Okay, so right off rip, I'm going to give Don a bad reputation as well. For some reason, it said that he had a baby, but I had to get rid of that baby because that was not our baby. I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap the video up here because it's getting pretty lengthy. I was going to do a little bit more, but I want to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible because I know the longer this video is, the more I'm going to procrastinate editing. Expect to see Phantom sometime maybe next week. I'm hoping by next Friday I'll be ready for Phantom. Let me know what you guys think about Phantom so far based off of what you guys have seen from the machinima. If you decide to try my challenge, please let me know how you like it. I would also like to see your videos of you attempting my challenge, but sadly the ride here has ended. If you'd like to support me as a creator and gain access to behind the scenes content and more, feel free to join me over on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support, and Moody out until next time. Dag dag.
Okay, let's go.
My bitch says been wrong.